Hi, my name is Mo,
My name is Chris.
and this is KCMO Sports. We're here to talk about the Kansas City Royals and MLB baseball news and stuff. So let's first start off with the Royals signing 4 veterans in the month of December, starting off with Xavier Nady and Willie Taveras, who Taveras is 31 years old. Xavier Nady is 34 years old. Then on the last day of December, on the 31st, they ended up signing Endy Chavez, who was 34, and Miguel Tejada, 38. I think that'll definitely help out our minor league system because they all got signed to minor league contracts. So that's good veteran leadership, and I think definitely it's going to help us out a lot in the future. What do you think about that?
I think it'll help us too in the future. Our starting rotation predictions are James Shield, Jeremy Guthrie, Irvine Santana, Wade Davis, Bruce Chen, Luke Hochevar, Will Smith, Luis Mendoza, Danny Duffy, and Felipe Paulino.
And who are your top? Who do you think is going to be in the starting rotation to start off the season?
What I think who's going to be in the starting rotation is Irvine Santana, James Shield, Danny Duffy, Bruce Chen, and Luke Hochevar.
My predictions are James Shields, Irvin Santana, Bruce Chen, Wade Davis, and Danny Duffy. As for the hitting coach, we're just going to recap on what happened in the hitting coach position. Royals fired Kevin Seitzer after being the hitting coach for the Royals for 4 years. They signed Jack Maloof and Andre David to replace. The reason why they got rid of him, though, is because the Royals ended up 12th in the American League in runs scored, 13th in home runs, and last in walks. So they're trying to improve on. They signed 2 guys to help us with our power and get more home runs out of our young talent, and possibly produce more runs, which we definitely need help in that position. But personally, I thought Kevin Seitzer was good because there's, if you look at the other hitting aspects in baseball, they were first in at-bats with 5,636. They were fourth in batting average with 265, second in triples with 37, third in doubles with 295, third in hits with 1,492, and fourth in stolen bases with 132. So there was some good parts with Kevin Seitzer, what he did for the team, but the only downside was the home runs, the walks, and the runs scored. What's your outlook on that?
I really don't know. I think Jack Maloof and Andre David, them replacing Kevin Seitzer, will be a big time deal for the Royals, and my honest prediction is we'll be in the wild card in the playoffs this year.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at it, we got some young sluggers. You know, you got like Billy Butler, you got Mike Moustakas, Eric Hosmer. Players like them. Definitely, I think Salvador Perez will be a pretty good home run hitter too. But personally, yeah, so definitely they're going to improve our power. But does that mean our batting average is going to get lower than? Because we finished 4th with 265 with Kevin Seitzer being. So he probably focused on putting balls in play, getting more singles and doubles. Yeah. But for some reason, what's his name? The head coach, whatever his name is.
Ned Yost.
Ned Yost. For some reason, Ned Yost. Guess he does. He even said he's like, we hit a lot of doubles and triples, but that's not what we want to focus on. We want more power, so that's why he got rid of him. So that means more power, but that might mean lower batting average. So that's what I see it as. What do you think?
I see it the same way. We have December signings for the Major League Baseball. Michael Young went to the Phillies. The Tigers re-signed Anibal Sanchez. Edwin Jackson went to the Cubs. Aaron went to the Mets. Raul Ibanez re-signs with the Mariners.
And that was a surprise to me because that's the third time in his career that he's playing for the Mariners. Let's see, Stephen Drew went to the Red Sox, AJ Przinsky to the Rangers, Cody Ross to the Diamondbacks, Rich Harden to the Twins, Placido Polanco to the Miami Marlins. That came to a surprise. I mean, Polanco was third baseman for the Phillies, and now he's going to Miami. I personally thought that he was going to somehow retire because he's kind of getting old.
Yeah.
Too long. Say the next 5 or something.
Mike Pelfrey went to the Twins. Jeff Francis resigns with the Rockies, which obviously freaking sucks, so I don't know why.
Yeah, I mean, somehow he was their number one pitcher last season. That's kind of sad if your pitching staff is that low. I know that the Royals are trying to trade off Bruce Chen and Hochevar to him, but they're not interested, which is kind of surprising because I know they need pitching help big time.
Yeah. Ichiro Suzuki resigns with the Yankees. Angels trade Kendry Morales to the Mariners for Jason Vargas. Ryan Dempster goes to the Red Sox.
And then Mark Reynolds went to the Indians. Carlos Pena signs with the Astros to be their DH because after all, Astros are American League now. So that's going to be pretty cool. They're in the American League West. Was it West?
I think so.
Oh yeah, American League West, I believe. Yeah, so that should be pretty cool. Let me see. Kevin Youkilis signs with the Yankees. That came to a surprise. See, if you play for the Red Sox, well, unless your name is Johnny Damon, but if you played with the Red Sox for so long and you had a big rivalry with the Yankees, I wouldn't think that you would sign with them, but he did. I'm assuming it's for the money. He is taking over at third base, and A-Rod's moving to DH because he can't stay healthy anymore. He's just getting too old.
It's because of all them steroids.
Then Josh Hamilton signs with the Angels, so their team's going to be a powerhouse now with Trumbo, Josh Hamilton. Well, they don't have Kendrys Morales, but Hamilton is a good replacement. Who else have they got? Big hitter. I know I'm missing someone. Who's their first baseman?
I have no idea.
They had a good hitter. I know. I just can't remember. But, yeah, he's definitely going to help that team out a lot with that power. But the downside is I feel bad for Torrey Hunter. I mean, he wanted to re-sign with the Angels, but they told him that they didn't have money to re-sign him. But then they went out and signed Josh Hamilton to a huge contract, and Torrey Hunter ended up in Detroit as the right fielder or something like that. And I know that Torrey Hunter was not happy about that signing because, well, he feels that he got lied to. That's one thing. And he deserved better than that, At least tell him the truth. Be like, we don't want you back. You're old.
I'd go somewhere else if I got lied to. I mean, hell, I'd go to the Red Sox. I'd go to the White Sox. I'd go somewhere if I got lied to.
Yeah. Then the Pirates traded Joel Hanrahan to the Red Sox. The Red Sox traded over 2 players. One of them was Hanrahan for 4 players. Yeah, and then our prediction for where the remainder. There's a bunch of remaining free agents, but the top 2 right now are Michael Bourne and Mike Napoli. And so this is our prediction for where they're going to end up. Personally, I think Michael Bourne's going to sign with the Phillies because I know the Phillies are looking for some outfielders.
I think they'll sign with he'll sign with the Phillies too.
Yeah, and then Mike Napoli, there's been talk going around that he will sign with the Red Sox, and I personally think that he will, and he'll probably replace Jared Satolamashi at catcher, or he could be the first baseman because I know they're looking for a first baseman. Anything add to that?
No.
All right.
Really.
Well, this is the end of the MLB predictions and news, and this is KCMO Sports.